I will talk about introduction. In introduction, I will tell about artwork title, visual element, medium and or media, and how the artwork to present. Firstly, our artwork title is Kitschmets with many fail flag of 1963 Mefilindo Confederation reworked by Firol Dharma 2023. I will talk about in this artwork, they have visual element, its color, shape, size, form and texture. Firstly, color. The artwork incorporate bright fluorescent tones. The color mimic mass-produced tourist object and visual culture from Southeast Asia. Second is shape. The artwork take the form of full-body wearable shoes. Third is size. The artwork size is approximately 240.5 cm height, 118 cm width, and 88 cm deep. Form the artwork is three-dimensional wearable sculpture. Lastly is texture. The surface texture combines soft and smooth synthetic fabric with visibly stitched seam. Okay, second slide is about material or medium. This artwork using mixed media wearable sculpture like fabric. This artwork use Chinese ink on polybrief, synthetic brief, cotton, polycotton, taffetas, and slick. In structure, this artwork made using metal, fiberglass, aluminum bridge, 3 cm carbon fabric resin. Lastly is lighting. This artwork using integrated LEDs. Okay, lastly is about the setting or how it is present. This artwork present at gallery or art fair installation. Like this artwork debuted at Art Singapore 2023 at Marina Bay Sands, Singapore. At show at Asia Now in Paris 2023 display method. It's also present inside an aluminum vitrine.
Today I'll be sharing about the interpretation of Kitschmets, which is a thought-provoking work by Firol Dharma. This piece explores complex ideas around identity, post-colonial history, and regional solidarity through wearable sculpture. Let's break it down into 3 key interpretive points. To begin with, Kitschmets function as what the artist calls as a persona or alter ego. It's both protective and performative, acting like a second skin. This wearable aspect blurs the boundaries between cloth and sculpture, or even between costume and camouflage. Through this, Dharma suggests that identity is not fixed, but instead, it's something that we can dress up, reconfigure, and even discard depending on the context. Next, we have the concept of the failed flag. This flag refers to the short-lived Mafilindo Alliance of 1963, a political attempt to unify Malaysia, Philippines, and Indonesia. The idea was quickly abandoned, and here the flag served as symbolic ghost that representing not just failure, but unrealized dream of unity in Southeast Asia. They also point to the colonial hangover and fractured kinships, which still lingers in the region's political and cultural landscape. Lastly, we look at the kitsch aesthetic of the work. Dharma used mass-market fabrics, tourist prints, and synthetics material, which is a material often dismissed as cheap or inauthentic. But here, he used them unintentionally to comment on the commodification of culture, especially in the global south. In doing so, he explored how identity is shaped not only by history or tradition, but also through global trade, pop culture, and tourism. Now, let's explore the narrative dimension of Firol Dharma's Kitschmets, which speaks to broader theme of history, identity, and transformation. The first narrative was Loss and Recovery. The first narrative centers on the idea of a failed political vision, specifically the Mafilindo Confederation. This was a 1963 attempt to form a regional alliance between Malaysia, the Philippines, and Indonesia. However, the effort lasts only about a month. Farrell used this historical moment not just to point out failure, but to emphasize what remains as the memory, the ambition, and the symbolic weight of an idea that never truly came to life. The work transformed that failure into a fabric of meanings by inviting us to see loss not as an end, but as a site for cultural recovery and reflection. The second narrative theme is about identity as something performative, not fixed, but wearable and changeable. By making Kitchman's a wearable sculpture, Feral Dharma allows identity to be tried on, layered, and even exaggerated. This vivid description helps us visualize the work as more than clothing. It becomes a metaphor for construct identity. It's stitched not from one truth but from many layers by memory, stereotype, tourist fantasy, resistance, and imitation. In this way, Kitchman's critique how identity in the post-colonial Southeast Asian context is often fragmented and hybrid, shaped by both internal history and external perceptions.
I will be presenting the formal analysis of Feral Dharma artwork Kids Match. Visually, the artwork uses deliberate asymmetry challenging traditional ideas of visual balance. There are strong contrasts between traditional Southeast Asian symbols and model kids or pop culture materials like bright colors paired with cheap-looking texture. The rhythm of the piece is chaotic and layered, almost mimicking the endless scroll or digital platform. In terms of texture and material, Feral uses mass-produced objects like printed textile and plastic. There are low-cost and decorative, intentionally mixing so-called high arts with low-culture aesthetic. Emotionally, the piece evokes a mix of irony, confusion, nostalgia, and critique. Viewer may feel intrigued but also slightly unsettled. It raises questions about what counts as authentic or serious art in Southeast Asian context and subtly mocks consumerism and aesthetic expectation. Secondly, contextual research like cultural, social, artistic background. Feral Dharma is a contemporary artist from Singapore. His work explores themes of Malay identity, post-colonial memory, and visual archive. He often works with mixed media, including found objects, collage, textile, and digital prints. He is known for disrupting the unusual expectation of what Southeast Asian or ethnic art should look like. Culturally, his work reflects Singapore's post-colonial, multicultural society. He responds to state-approved heritage, national identity, and global consumer culture. His art challenges the idea that Southeast Asian art must be ethnic or authentic, especially to appeal to tourists or Western audiences. The title Kitmats is a play on words. Kids refer to cheap, mass-produced, aesthetic, and mats is a German word for human. So the little suggests a person shaped by a wall of fakeness and consumerism. That's all for me. Thank you.
Next, I'm going to present about the evolutions, relevance, and impacts. First one is about the uniqueness and effectiveness of Kitschmancy. What is unique about Kitschmancy? Kitschmancy is unique because it uses pop art cultures and everyday items to challenge a traditional art values. It doesn't follow the visual fine art style, but it still succeeds in delivering a strong social and historical message. This fits with LUC, which is focused on emotional expressions and social impact in art. Second is about connection to certain Asian contemporary art. Okay, one of the common themes in Southern Asian contemporary art is the search for the identity after the colonialisms. Kitschmancy explore this by questioning how colonial and capitalist influence affect local culture. The artist uses installation art to criticize inherited images. This makes the work relevant in the Southeast Asian art context as a discusses in LUC. Thirdly is about challenging norms and social issues. Kitschmancy raises important questions. What do we truly value in our culture? Is our identity shaped by history or the market? This question encourages viewers to think critically. This reflects the role of the modern art as a tool for social critique, which is also emphasized in LUC.
The next part is relationship with development, ethics and technology. In this part, there are three divided parts, that is relationship with development, morality and technology development. In this work, the clash between urban progress and the loss of cultural roots is depicted. And the second one is ethics. It is related to identity and the uncritical use of cultural symbols. And the third one is technology. The kids match has become very relevant in the age of social media, where images build personas and shape identity through display rather than actual experience. Overall, the Kids Mesh is a provocative and meaningful work, challenging aesthetic norms and demonstrating how contemporary Southeast Asian cultural and identity function. It fulfills the Learning Unit 6 principle of seeing arts as a response of ever-changing social, historical and cultural contexts. In conclusion, the artwork stands a powerful and relevant as place of contemporary Southeast Asian art that not only captures attention through its bold visual form but also provokes deep critical reflection. By communicating strong socio-politic and cultural messages, it's challenging conventional narrative and encourages values to consider established interpretation of identity, history and society. Its layer meaningful, innovative, executive and conceptual deep make it is a significant example of how contemporary artists in the region are actively shaping new dialogues. Ultimately, the piece exemplifies the spirit of Southeast contemporary art rooted in local context yet resonate with global relevance.